So guys, it's David here and it is currently day 408. And I hope you guys are doing well and like always are doing better than yesterday. Now today I want to talk about my failures today, as when I came back home after my gym session, I had to do something that was out of my routine. And because I got out of my schedule, I didn't prepare myself for my workday. Matter of fact, it was afternoon and I just felt out of place. So what did I do? I listened to my mind and I just self-sabotaged, right? I watched a movie, I popped on a Netflix movie and I decided to just eat a lot of food and then just kind of feel okay and justify for my actions, right? And normally I would be very disappointed in myself, knowing that I wanted to do something with my life today, but I had squandered this perfect opportunity because I had gave up because of my mind, because I decided to become distracted by my urges. Naturally, I would be very disappointed and I classify what I had done today as a defeat, as a failure, and I still do till this point. But from what I learned from all my failures and from all my self-sabotage and from all the distractions I just unconsciously slept into, was that I learned to not be so bothered by it. You see, guys, we will make so many mistakes, right? We make so much mistakes, and from what I had lived thus far, I have made so many failures which I repent and I hope that I never make them. But to be honest, looking back now in my life, I am very grateful for the mistakes I made. I am very grateful for the failures I had, because for now I understood that life cannot be perfect. Life cannot be exactly how you want life to become, right? Life is an uncontrollable world. There will be things where you don't want to happen, but life will throw those challenges and troubles your way no matter whether you like it or not. Because in some degree, it is not your say to see how your life turns out. You may have a vision, you may have a goal, and you may have big dreams and aspirations, but life will throw you challenges. Life will give you these challenges for you to fail. And I say, be glad you had failed in life. Be glad that there have been failures which you had experienced. Because with failures, it builds our character. With failures, doesn't make us into a more competent person for us to grow in the future. But those who do not experience failures are either lying or they are not living life to their potential. They are not trying to live life to their potential, because failures is inevitable. Therefore, you should not wish there's no failures, but you should just try and understand what type of failures are you willing to accept. Are you ready to fail? How far are you willing to fight for your failures? Are you going to give up the moment you experience this tiny little amount of discomfort? Or are you willing to endure the failures and pain until you have reached some success that the public can see? What type of person are you is something you should determine very earlier on in your life to greatness. And one of those lessons and important things you should understand is, how far are you willing to go? How many times are you willing to be beaten down? And how many times are you willing to get back up? Because if you're not someone who is ready to fail, then perhaps you should just do what everyone else is doing. To live a life of predictableness and to live a life of averageness. To not be someone special, and to not be someone special means you are not going to fail. So you should really understand that we are not trying to avoid failure, but rather we are trying to understand, how many times am I willing to be beaten down to the ground? How many times am I ready to kneel before my challenges and my human nature? How many times am I willing to do that? And how many times am I willing to get back up? Because if you are someone who has earlier on understood that you are ready to fail, and that you are ready to experience failures that is going to make you question your life and your whole existence, then there should be nothing you should worry about when such failure occurs to you. Because for I have understand through failure that we can be disappointed. We can spend weeks and months pondering over the same mistake and failure we had made a month back or perhaps even a year back. We could be distraught by such thing. But the longer we are disappointed in ourselves for the mistakes we had made, the longer it is going to delay our success. And over a period of time of making the same exact failures, or perhaps making just failures in life, you start to understand that I should stop giving too much crap about my failures. Yes, in the beginning it is going to hurt. Yes, in the beginning it is going to make you question your whole life existence because you, perhaps like me, thought you would not fail. You perhaps like me thought you would have this perfect life laid out because you have listened to someone online that success is only a matter of belief. That success will be somewhat guaranteed if you follow X, Y, and Z. If you were like me, then you would not have expected life to go sideways and so running so many other ways that you have not predicted or foreseen. But if you were also like me, then through those failures and through those mistakes you have made over your life, you start to understand the more amount of shit I give to those mistakes and failures, the longer I am going to be on my knees, kneeled before my own lack of judgment. And the judgment being, the longer I pay attention to something, the longer and the more amount of energy I contribute to this matter, then the more of the negative emotional pull I am going to feel towards my actions. And sometimes to not be so disappointed in yourself for the things you have done is to learn that you have to let go and understand that yes, I have made a mistake. But it does not mean I have to continue on to make the same mistake today. Yes, I made the mistake to watch a movie. Yes, I made a mistake to binge eat. And yes, I've done those things in conjunction. But what I choose not to do is to still ruin my life after I understood that fact. Because right after I finished the movie, I came back up here and learned coding. I came up here and then just went right into code, to not prepare myself, to not waste a single moment, to just sit at this desk and do what I can do. Because for I have understood that yes, I have fucked up, right? I had messed up, and excuse my language, but yes, I have messed up, but I don't have to continue on to screw my life knowing that I have this goal, I have this vision, and I have promised so many people, including myself, that I am going to make it. And for that, I know it is going to happen. But if I waste my life away doing the same thing I know will not lead me to my success, then I am only going to feel sorry for my own lack of judgment. So sometimes you don't have to be so disappointed in yourself or so frustrated that you have messed up your day today, because it is only totally messed up if you choose to continue to do the same mistakes knowing that you have done something wrong already. See guys, it is not too late to pick yourself back up no matter how hard the world or perhaps yourself have beaten yourself to the ground. It is never too late to pick yourself back up, and sometimes it's not even about courage, guys. It's not about courage. It's not about some superpower or some motivation or someone to pick you back up, but rather it's the fact that you have to understand the longer you think about this disappointment, then the longer it is going to take for you to realize that it was never really a big deal in the first place. It was never a big deal, but for some reason you or I choose to make our mistakes or our actions into a significant deal that for some reason blocks our vision to see life for what it is, and that life has so much more opportunities, life has so much more great things that has in stock for us. And if we just see past our past, then we can understand that there's nothing for us to feel sorry about. There's nothing too late to change, but rather just do something different, do something you believe in, and don't look back and don't stop thinking about the things you have done, but rather focus on what you can do next to make your life better.